Hey, Nathan here from PH Studios, and welcome back to another tutorial from the Tower Defense series, where we covered the game engine. And in this video, we're going to continue on the managers, and we're going to cover the audio manager in this tutorial. Last tutorial, we talked about the video manager, and we got that all coded and ready to go. It's a pretty small class. So now let's go ahead and go to the audio manager. Now we'll do that by going to the audio folder and clicking the audio manager. Alright, so the audio manager is basically going to be very similar to the video manager in a way that it'll manage our audio. There will be a few differences we need to do. For example, looping the audio. We'll need to be sure we do that properly, and also have access to the video manager only works on one video. The audio manager will manage audio and music, so we need to be aware of those two things as well. Alright, so let's just add two using statements up top. We want to add using Microsoft.xna.framework.audio and then using Microsoft.xna.framework. Once that's done, let's go ahead and start the talking about the manager. Okay, if you've seen any of my audio tutorials in the past, there are two ways you can have audio in a XNA game. You can load the audio directly, like load the MP3 or WAV files directly, and have that being handled in XNA. Or you can go ahead and create an exact project and make your audio that way. The exact is cross-platform audio creation tool, and that will allow you to create a project basically, and basically it makes an audio engine, wave bank, and sound bank. They will have, like, wave bank will have all the songs and all the audio files you have in that audio bank, and it will output it to one single file. So if you download my game and you see it's about 50 megabytes, 99% of that is the music and the sound effects. And all that is in one giant wave bank because I did not separate the wave banks. So all the music and all the sound effects that I have created for the Tower Defense game is on one wave bank, which is a 49 megabyte file that contains every sound and song for my project. So you create the exact project and you get it all worked out, you get it all of your settings correct, you change volume, change the pitch, whatever you want it to do, set it as a loop, and then you export the project in a way to where you can import it into your game. If you want to learn more about this in great detail, you can watch my Exact 3 tutorial. You can search on YouTube or search on my website, you can find it. Or search audio on my YouTube channel, and you should be able to find a couple of audio tutorials. But anyway, this is back to the code. The Exact will output a audio engine, a wave bank, and a sound bank, so we need to have properties for those. So an audio engine, and this is from the xna.framework.audio that we added above, and let's just call it engine. Get and private set. And then we have wave bank. Let's just call it wave bank. Get and private set. Then we have sound bank. Okay, so the difference between the audio manager and the video manager is the video manager only handles one video. The audio manager needs to handle one sound effect and one song. Now, how do you get the sound effect and song? those are referred to as queues. What we will use them as queues. So we just have a public queue for the current song, get and private set. And then we have a queue for the current sound. Get and private set. Alright, just like the video manager, we will have a public static audio manager singleton. That is it for the properties and attributes. So now let's go ahead and work on the methods. First thing up is the constructor, of course, public audio manager. We will pass it the audio engine. Let's just call E, wave bank, WB, sound bank, SB. Alright, so engine is equal to E, wave bank is equal to WB, sound bank is equal to SB. And then, of course, singleton is equal to this. So all we're doing for the constructor is giving it its audio engine, wave bank, and sound bank, and setting the singleton, of course, to the object we're initializing. Public void, we want a way to play a song, and then we pass it the queue name. When we play a song or sound effect, it is referred to as a cue. And when we say, like, play enemy hit 1, that enemy hit 1 is a cue. Now, if the audio engine is currently playing a song, we need to stop it. So if current song does not equal to null, which means a current song exists, we need to set current song dot stop. And then we pass it audio stop options dot immediate. We want to stop it immediately. Once that's stopped, then we set current song is equal to sound bank dot get queue. We get the queue based on the queue name we pass into the method. And once we get the song, then we want to play it. Now we got the play song, let's worry about the play sound. So public void play sound, string queue name. Now sound will be a little bit different. We can have multiple sounds being thrown in the game. For now, I set up to be the limit to be 3. So there can only be 3 sounds going at the same time. When you try to play a sound that is, and there are currently 3 sounds playing at the same time, it will throw an exception. So we need to do a try catch here. So we're going to try to current sound is equal to sound bank dot get queue name current sound dot play. So we're going to try this code right here. We will catch a instance play limit exception, and I like to do each word as letters. So instance play limit exception, closing parentheses, opening, closing curly bracket. We don't need to do anything, but we don't want the game or engine to crash if we reach the limit. So this just keeps it from crashing. If you want to do something, that's fine. You can just put it inside this bracket here. But for my engine, I'm not doing anything. I just catch the error. A little bit different from the video manager, we will have an update method because we will need to update the manager and update the sounds and songs and actually get it to loop. So if current song does not equal to null and current song that is stopped. So this is where we want to make sure it is looping correctly. If it's not null, that means we have a song currently playing and that song is currently stopped. Current song is equal to soundbank.getQ current song.name closing parentheses and semicolon and current song.play. Now, we cannot play a song that has stopped. So what I did is I got a new version of that song, got a new version of that cue, and then we can play that. So it just plays the same song in a different way instead of calling .play. If we just call .play, we cannot do that. It'll complain about it. So we have to re-get the cue. Alright, one final thing for any sort of game that has music or sound effects. What's the thing that you have in options? The way to set volume. So we have a public void set volume, string, category name, and float volume. The way exact works and volume setting is everything is based on categories. For my exact project, I set up a music category and a sound effects category. I can change volume on each category or both if I want to, but they're both separate categories. So I can have the music be 100% and sound effects be 20%. In the set volume method body, let's set volume is equal to math helper.clamp. Now what this does is we set the volume, not color, we set the volume to be between 0 and 1. If it's less than 0, it'll be set to 0. If it's greater than 1, it'll be set to 1. Any other value in between is fine. So if it's 0.5, it's 0.5. This just makes sure that it does not go below 0 or above 1. That's all the mathhelper.clamp function does. Engine.getCategory, category name, closing parentheses, .set volume, opening parentheses, volume, closing parentheses, and semicolon. That is it for the audio manager, so you can save this file and we're good to go. Alright, so now that we got some of the managers done, we are ready to continue. I think the next tutorial we'll talk about monster statistics, since we already did the tower statistics. So I hope to see you next time.